Hello and welcome to a gameplay full seasons. Today I want to talk to you about E3 and 5 games that you should be looking out for during that expo. So very quickly, what is E3 for those of you that don't know? It's essentially a big gathering of various publishers, developers, etc., who get together. They give you reveals about games, some teasers, just generally more information, things like that. So it's a normally it's an event that people turn up to. This time it's going to be a virtual event. There was a bit of worry about a week ago that some of the of E3 was going to be behind a paywall. However, thankfully that isn't the case, and all of it should be free to stream. So if that's something you want to watch, absolutely you should be able to. Now, like I say, there's lots of games that should be out there that should be getting revealed, hopefully, fingers crossed. And in particular, there's 5 games that I want to talk about. Now, there's one game that if you follow my channel, you may know I've already spoke about E3, which is Hogwarts Legacy. I'm hoping to get something from that, but I'm not going to include that in this video. I've got another video about that, so if you want to watch that, you can watch that after this if you so wish. Right, okay, so getting into the first of the games then. So the first game that I think you should be looking out for during E3 is Skull and Bones. So Skull and Bones is a new game coming from Ubisoft. Essentially, it's a sort of naval warfare game. You're essentially going to be customizable pirate captain. As far as we can tell, it's very much going to be, or it is very much the genesis of this game, and why they're making it is because in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, in that game, there was a large naval portion, and that was very popular. People really enjoyed that. They could tell there was the demand for a full game on that. So that's what they've gone ahead and done. If you played the other Assassin's Creed, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that also had naval warfare in there, it was very good. So that's what they've decided to do for this game. Now, this game got announced in E3 all the way back in 2017. And it was initially supposed to release in Q3 2018. We are obviously now in 2021 and it's still not released. And we've not had that much information recently, so I'd really like to see that game here. I kind of feel like it probably will be. I think we'll find out a bit more about it, and maybe we'll get a release date and things like that. So like I said, that's a game definitely to look out for. Now, the one other interesting thing about this game is, which I kind of think about, it's if you think about the other Assassin's Creed games, yes, you have the naval part, but you also have the bit when you can run around on land. I kind of feel like if you just take this game and just have naval, maybe it might feel like there's something missing. And I think maybe they think that as well, which is why there's potentially, one of the reasons it's been held up is because they've said that there's an extra element that they've wanted to put into the game, which I think is probably trying to make it feel more varied, not feel like half a game when you've played the other Assassin's Creed. So like I said, really interested to see what they do with that, and hopefully you get a bit of news of that on E3. Okay, so game number 2 then is Gotham Knights. Now, this is from Warner Brothers Games Montreal, who, if you know about these sort of things, you'll know that they did the Arkham games, so Arkham Asylum, etc., which are obviously very popular games. That the main character in that game that you were was Batman, very popular, very good game. And this is their new game. Interestingly, it's not actually a direct continuation of that game. In fact, you're not Batman at all, and it's not even going on from that. So at the start of this game is Batman is supposedly died. We'll see what happens, whether that's really the case. And the 4 characters you're going to be is Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, and Red Hood. For all intents and purposes, it sounds like it might be quite a similar game to the Arkham games. But like I say, it's not a continuation. So what happened in those games is not going to be referenced in these games. Is supposed to be very different. So that's Gotham Knights. Third game then, and very closely related to that, is the game Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. Now this is getting made by Rocksteady, and this one actually is a continuation of the Arkham games. Even though it's a different developer, it is the same publisher because it's Warner Brothers. But like I say, it's going to be Rocksteady doing this. The characters you're going to be here is Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark. As I say, this is a continuation, so some of the things that happen there will happen in this one. That being said, you are not going to be Batman. The interesting thing about this one, and in fact Gotham Knights, is to me they sound quite similar games. They're both getting made by the same publisher, so I presume there is going to be a notable difference between the two. So that's another reason to look out for these games and see what new information hopefully we get at E3. So the fourth game then, that you should be looking out for is Bioshock 4. Now I call it Bioshock 4. That is essentially all we know about it. It's been confirmed they are making new Bioshock. But we don't actually know what the game is going to be called. We just know it's some sort of continuation from that. We found that out in 2019, and since then we've essentially got no extra information. So I think, like I say, it's about time now. It's 2021. This is getting made by 2K Games. It very much feels like now is the time that we should be getting a bit of an update to this and find out what they're doing with it. It sounds like it might be going in a slightly different direction, but that's kind of a bit of rumour because, like I say, there's very, very little out there on this game at the moment. So look out for that one. So fifth game that I wanted to mention then is Starfield. Now this is Bethesda's new RPG. You'll know them from doing Fallout games, from doing Elder Scroll games, so they are very, very popular. Those two games are very, very well established. There's been lots of iterations of those. They've been around for a long, long time. So this is their new RPG. It's the first new intellectual property that they've been doing for a long, long time, several decades. This is an RPG. It sounds like it might be open world, very similar to those other games, but it's going to be set in space. This one again, we saw a very brief teaser video at E3 all the way back into 2018, and again, a bit like Bioshock 4, there's almost been nothing since then. So this is the fifth game that you should be looking out for. And you can kind of tell when I talk about all these 5 games that there's a lot of interaction with E3 in the past. I keep mentioning it. So that's another reason why I think we should be getting some new information on these games at E3. And like I say, I'd like to see Hogwarts Legacy there. Made a whole video on that, so go and watch it if you want to. There should be loads of other reveals. It's in June. You'll be able to get it online. I'm sure nearer the time we'll find out. There's several different ways you can view it. And thanks for watching. If you want to comment on anything, please do. Subscribe if you enjoy this and you don't want to miss out on future content. Like, and I will see you on the next video.